Good morning, everybody. It's Jim Feist and Hank Goldberg from Las Vegas, and we are roasting out here, Hank. I think the temperature is about 120 degrees mid-afternoon. The last couple days, we're dying. But anyway, baseball season, football camps have opened up. I'm really excited about some of the things I'm seeing and hearing. I've been really working on it. I know you have as well. What do you got going today, Hank?
Nice and cool watching the football channel, so sitting in my apartment.
Right.
So it's not too bad, and I got plenty of water. I think that it's an interesting. We've been talking a lot about Minnesota and Green Bay, and I think McCarthy has made a lot of moves in the off season, and I think he's a little nervous. He's hired all new coordinators, both sides of the ball, and they're trying to beef up their secondary with young players, and I think Green Bay's in for trouble. And mine could be an issue because they were terrible in the red zone last year, and so I'm not looking for huge differences there. And on defense, their top defensive player was hurt last year. He'll be back, their linebacker, and they tried to beef up their outside pass rush. That's where they're hoping to be better, but their secondary gave up big scores. And Capers is not there anymore, so they're hoping they're going to get better. They've got a former head coach in there as their new coordinator. He was no great shakes as a head coach. So I'm frankly not looking for great things out of Green Bay. I think the team that might be a little bit of a threat and with the new head coach is Detroit.
Really? That's interesting.
Well, they brought in a defensive-minded guy, which they needed. And if they get a running game going, they've got a good quarterback there. And I think their passing game is going to be all right. They can score points. I think Detroit's going to be an interesting team to watch with the bearded coach.
Well, things are changing, and Rodgers is probably not too happy about some things that have gone on in the off season. So he may be disenchanted with what's happening in Green Bay. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Of course, the Vikings are still tough. That's a tough team. Good, strong defense, coaching. Question is, can Cousins come in there and do the job?
Well, the other thing is they get their running back healthy, and that's a big difference maker for them.
Certainly is, yes. They went a long way last year, and
until he got hurt.
Exactly. Anything else standing out on the first couple of days of camp?
They're saying that Eli looked sharp in his first couple of days. He came in early, and he's determined. And the Giants have with their new coaching staff. They're excited. They've got that rookie running back who looks sensational, and I think the Giants are going to be a factor. And Jerry Jones issued an edict for his players that they must stand for the anthem. I thought that was kind of interesting, right out of the box. Dallas, I'll tell you, Des Bryant is still looking for a job, and somebody's going to sign him. I mean, that guy's got some ability. Is he blackballed or what?
Well, I don't think he's blackballed, but he's made a lot of noise. He's a high-profile guy. Then you bring him in, he's gonna affect the locker room, no question. Positive, maybe. You look for a team that's hurting a little bit at the wide receiver position. And, he could bring in a lot of maturity. He knows he's at the end of his career, and he'll probably want to make a statement and go out with a little bit of a bang. a lot of these guys that are at the end of their career are not going to go out limping. They're going to want to make some kind of a statement if they're able to do so. And I don't think he's blackballed, and I think he could make a difference, especially if he's under the pressure of knowing that this is it.
Well, I don't know. He might be following the footsteps of other wide receivers who were difficult guys at the end of their career who nobody wanted. I'm also looking at today as the most difficult day I've ever seen as far as baseball is concerned, as far as finding desirable prices.
Well, I agree with you, and when that happens, either I'm going to look at underdogs or I'm going to look at run line plays. And a lot of times, what I'll do in that situation, I'll just play the run lines, lay the 1.5 runs. You're not laying a lot of juice, and like last night, I did have, there were a couple games that ended up favorable in that regard, and there's a couple of those today. I'm not suggesting you do it all the time, and if you do it, you have to consider the fact that if you're talking about home teams and they're ahead, they're not going to get a full 9 at bats. They're only going to get 8. So you have to be a little careful with that. You've got to be looking for a blowout if you're only going to get up 8 times versus your opponent's 9. Sometimes you're going to do that. You're better off with the road team in spots. But if you look at a real blowout where it's not going to be close or you don't think it's going to be close at all, then the home team laying the 1.5 is okay.
Yeah, I agree. Might be a good day to just watch some of these great pitchers do their thing.
Right. Well, Hank, your place for the weekend will be up at jimfeist.com. You're going to have some horses, of course. And
the Haskell is not a great betting race because it looks very formful. Talking about the favorite in that race, Good Magic. As Chad Brown said, that his horse came out of the, after running second in the Preakness, came out kind of tired, and he trained him up to this race, and he's training great, and he's a very good horse, and he's going to go up probably 6-5. So it'll be tough in that race, and you got to find something underneath. So, but we'll have something for our followers.
Absolutely. I'm looking for a big weekend, and I know you are as well. Everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Hank, for your time. Enjoy your day, and pick lots of winners. Thanks, Hank.
All right, Jim. Good talking with you. Have a good day.
You too.